Let's Queer Up Education. LGBTQ plus charter middle school to open in Phoenix. A middle school for LGBTQ plus youth described as life-saving for its future pupils is set to open in Arizona. The Queer Blended Learning Center, a micro school for up to a dozen students, will open its doors in Phoenix in August. Traditional classes such as math and reading will be taught alongside LGBTQ plus history and social studies. The school, based at the Phoenix headquarters of LGBTQ plus youth charity 1 in 10, currently has 6 students enrolled and is looking to expand to accommodate 10 to 12 pupils. Leaders of the school program said it will be life-saving for queer children in the face of growing anti-LGBTQ plus legislation in the U.S. The Human Rights Campaign says more than 570 such bills have been introduced in America so far this year. Nate Roten, the chief executive of 1 in 10, told AZ Central that programs such as the Queer Blended Learning Center are, quote, absolutely necessary and life-saving for the young people we will reach, end quote. The school, which will deliver classes partly in person and partly online, will be funded through Arizona's school voucher program, which allows all school-aged children in the state to receive public funding for private school tuition. Well, this is certainly a very uplifting story,
Yeah.
and we are starved and hungry for uplifting stories right now. So I was just surprised at the small number. When I first read the headline, I was like, oh, this is great at school. Oh, 6 students, oh wow. But one starts somewhere, and every student, every person makes a difference. And my goodness, how awesome would it have been at going to such a school when I was a youth, when any of us were youth. It would have been truly life-altering.
I'm not a big fan of charter schools, but this is really a good thing to see. I
Absolutely.
wonder what Republicans think, now that you have a private school where parents get to choose where to send their kids at now. I wonder if they're supportive of this or if they're clamoring against state funds and vouchers, ban that from LGBT. I don't even want to put that in the universe and give them no ideas, but it's interesting.
I feel they'll be on it.
I can tell you, former education secretary Betsy DeVos I lived in Michigan when she was just DeVos making Amway money. But I can tell you, she led the charge for charter schools there. Her head is exploding right now as we do this story.
Marvelous.
So it's a double whammy for this story.
Not only that, the non-educated Betsy DeVos, but let's move on from that. But let's talk about how the online schools have been around for a long time. Parents have always had the choice to remove their students from bullying situations or situations where they weren't learning or non-safe. So this is absolutely awesome. And when they say life-saving, I think it truly is.
Absolutely.
And I also think about too that there's also very similar cases or schools in ATL and in Las Vegas too that are growing. So the fact that we have these opportunities for parents to now take control of their children's safety in education and the ability to allow them to learn in an environment that will flourish them is so awesome. And I do agree, it's finally a time where we can now have an opportunity where parents' voice truly matters, where the government is not taking away their opportunity to provide safe for young scholars, because again, we know what's happening in education now. We know that our voices are being stifled. We know that history is not being taught accurately. And so we can find opportunities for our children to be served, not only as who they authentically are, but then feed them the right kind of way and the right methods. Kudos to them.
And we also know that school in general can be a very bullying place.
Yes.
I'm sure it has, I venture to say, for all of us.
Yeah.
So to think about being in that kind of safe environment is just heaven.
Absolutely.
Before we move on, I want to say that the kids who are at this school, the 6 kids now and the 6 open spots, those kids are so lucky.
Yep.
Not because they get to go to this school, but because they've got parents who support them.
Absolutely.
You can't just sneak away and go to this school. You have to have supportive parents. So these kids have already hit the jackpot in one sense. I feel bad for the kids who are looking at this and going, dear God, why can't I go? Why can't I go? We are here with you in spirit, and hopefully this 12 spots will become 24, 48, and so on. This is a great story, and good luck to those kids.
Absolutely.
We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out television network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ+ community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ+ community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.